This is New Day Northwest.
And a local woman won a National Magazine's Do-It-Yourself Project contest. We'll meet her and we'll show you what she came up with to nab that grand prize.
It's a new day all over.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to New Day Northwest. You could say our next guest is the ultimate do-it-yourself gal. ReadyMade magazine launched their first ever contest to find the best 100 DIY projects in the country. Joining me now is the grand prize winner from Seattle, Tess, Wolfe, Stelzer. Hi, how are you, Tess?
Hi.
So, just in case you didn't guess this already, this is your project. Tell me what this is.
That's what I call the literary lamp. It's a lamp that's made from recycled books that I folded into these different geometric shapes and turned into a functional lamp.
It is actually super sturdy. I thought when I heard about this that this might be...
Yeah, no, it's pretty solid.
Lightweight, but it's solid.
And functional, and it won't burn your house down.
So that sounds great. So you're going to teach us a little bit about how you put this together. And you said something earlier to me that I think is really important, that all of your projects have to do with found objects or recycled objects. You don't go buy stuff at the craft store. You do things with what you have.
I buy little bits at the craft store, but I have my great-grandmother's contempt for waste, and whenever I can, I try to use objects that I found either at a thrift store or things that I already have that I don't want to go to waste.
Good for you. So you use books for this, but I still can't figure out how you do this. She's got books cut in half. First of all, how do you cut a book in half?
Well, you don't have to. For those people who don't have a husband or who are not proficient with a table saw themselves, you can simply buy a book that has a spine that's wide enough to go around here.
Okay, so that's the critical part of that.
Right. And so you can either buy your basic lamp parts from someplace like IKEA. They sell them for less than $10. Or you can use an existing lamp that you have that you just don't really like the base of.
And take it apart.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with wiring, my suggestion would be to probably buy something that's pre-made.
Well, I'm comfortable with it, but I'm not sure burning the house down will make my neighbors comfortable, so I would buy that. All right, what do we do once we have the book?
First step is measure the circumference of this, because that needs to match up with your book spine, because this is going to wrap around
just the spine itself.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Occasionally, if your book is too thin, you can use multiple books. And if you don't want to have to cut your book in half in order to have short components, you can just buy smaller books.
Or you could have a taller book, couldn't you?
Or you can have one tall book and have just one big component.
Okay.
Yeah, that would look
so
great
how
too.
do we fold it to make it work out like this?
So what I did with these is I opened the book up and just fold the page kind of in half, and then fold it again in thirds.
How did you even think this up?
Honestly, I went to Anthropologie one day and found this interesting hanging exhibit that they had with these weird geometric forms that were all made out of books, and I took a picture of it with my iPhone and went home and decided I think I'd like to make that into something that's more functional than just a decor for a store.
So I get how you're folding
first
it. How long does this take to get all of these done? This actually looks very therapeutic. Don't you like things like that where you're just doing something with your hands?
Yeah, it's good. I listen to a lot of podcasts on my iPhone, so that keeps me occupied while I do things like this. Or you can watch a movie, or you can encourage your children to help you.
That can happen. Okay, so you end up with something like this.
over and over again until you have something like that. And you can vary the way that you fold it if you want to create different forms. So this would give you kind of a diamond-shaped profile. If you want something that's just a cylinder, you can just fold it once and leave it like that. If you want to have something like this component here at the top, you can fold it once and then fold the corners in.
Oh, I see what you've done. Yeah, so you can do whatever you want.
You can really just experiment with any shape. I mean, there's no rules. You just try what you like and see how it turns out.
And then how do you attach it?
Well, the folding kind of creates this bend in the book anyway, because you're making the pages much thicker than they normally would be. And so then you can just fit them around the base like this, apply a little bit of glue to the edge here, and then once the glue is there, you can just clip it in place.
Clamp it shut?
Yep.
You could do this with a book you love or something
I mean,
cool, or, I mean, that you love and you're done with. Because you have it on your Kindle now and you don't need it anymore.
Right.
We've got a garage full of
I
those.
found a lot of my books at Goodwill. I found a lot of them just at thrift stores. I tend to select them just based on the size that I want.
That
you can't
makes
really
sense.
make out much of the content of the book once you've folded it.
No,
so
probably not too much. And there you go. That is the finished product.
That's the finished product.
That
And
is so cool.
All that's really needed is some glue, a couple of books, some kind of cutting implement, maybe a mat to cut on if you want to not scar the table that you're working on. And then these are actually really handy too. If you don't want to be limited by whatever lampshade comes with this base, this little clip that can be bought for under $2 just pulls off and snaps on top of a light bulb, so you can use any lamp shade that you like.
That is fantastic. Now, you brought a couple of other things. Unfortunately, we don't have time to look at the ball, but I just wanted to show you one thing that she did. She had pies at her wedding.
Yes.
And so she told me that she needed all these pie stands. And tell us about this one.
That
How'd you
one
make
is made from a light fixture and a cut glass plate that are just epoxied together.
Is that too clever?
Yeah.
I just totally love that. Tess, thank you very much, and
Thank you.
congratulations. The top 25 projects with their do-it-yourself instructions are featured in the April and May issue of ReadyMade, which is out now. You can also find these projects online, so please head over to our website for a link to them. After the break, we're taking a trip down under to Australia.